You made a statement.
Yeah.
How old is the marriage?
Um, I got married to her traditionally 2008. I waited for her to graduate and finish, and I got her wedded on 3rd December 2011.
Okay. 2008. Let's
11,
have that.
traditionally
2008,
2008.
2018.
2008, I paid her bride price, and she was still in school then. So I allowed her to finish NYSC, and along the line, planning 2010 or after 2010 to do the traditional wine carrying. In that process of 2010, I lost my brother and I lost my mother the same year. And I couldn't continue the traditional wine, which we discussed. And I said, we'll do it much later, but let us do white wedding, which I had to do everything humanly possible to wed her above my limit, just to make her happy. Above my limit, that even as of today, people still remember and still talk about 3rd December 2011. I wasn't so buoyant, but I took it upon myself to make her happy. That was why I had to go that extra mile.
Were there any courtship before
Yeah,
you people get married?
definitely.
How many
Definitely.
months? How many years?
I knew her in 2002. And from that 2002 till 2008 that I went to pay her bride price, I was going to court. That's the duration of the courtship.
2002.
Two. Yeah, 6 years.
And you guys courted for 6 years
Yeah,
before you finally asked her hand in
yeah,
marriage.
sure.
Okay, with that period, have you did you sense any form of lack of commitment or insincerity in your courtship with her before you asked her hand in marriage?
Yeah, obviously, a lot of it. But I was just, let me say, I was loving blindly. I gave in all. And I was hoping that someday things would get better.
You mean if you are dating a lady?
Yeah,
Yes, there is depends on individual choice.
yeah, sure.
As a lady, you can choose to have one person you are courting as a friend or as a fiancé, and probably to because it's these days that people have sex, involve sex in courtship. I believe during our parents, if we might have more than 5 men that are asking your hand in marriage,
Marriage.
but nobody is serving extramarital. I mean, having carnal knowledge of you. But because of excessiveness of defiling your body before settling down in marriage, most people think, ladies think, if you have an affair, sexual affair with Mr. A, and possibly the marriage could not work, the relationship could not lead to marriage, instead of dating this person, I should date up to 3 4 persons at the time, at least if one did not work the other will work. Okay, you as a man that was dating her, and before you go into marriage, asking her hand in marriage, and you noticed that she was double dating then, and within you is somebody that you wanted to settle down with as your life partner, why did you still go ahead? Have you ever confronted her in that courtship? Did you people discuss the issues when you were courtship
Yeah.
with her?
Okay, like you said, your last statement. Yes, on 2 occasions or like 3 times. One occasion, I picked her up from her father's house, driving her from her father's house. I got flagged down by 2 men. She alighted from the car, went talking with them, and after everything, I asked her who are those people, and she gave me the flimsy excuse
She alighted from the car.
from my car.
How?
So she came down from the car. She
Yeah.
excused me that she wants to talk to them. And finally, I got to know that she has something going on with one of them.
How did you go to know?
I asked question.
You asked her or you?
Yes, when she came inside the car, I
Yeah.
asked her questions.
Yeah.
She gave me some excuses, which I bluffed. But at the end, because I got to know that I was like, yes, this person didn't fall from sky.
Yeah.
Obviously, she might be having someone before me.
Yeah.
And I believe by the time we go ahead, things will get normal. And
That is first instance.
that's one. Two, um, lately, one of her classmates, when she was whatever, confirmed to me my assumptions back then between a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, that I got to know her through the same person. And one or two things happened while I was back then in school. And when I got back, I asked her questions as in what I had and every other thing. She said nothing like that. But to my greatest surprise, somebody telling me this year that she told him that before then, that guy I was questioning her about was really dating and wanted to marry her. It's just because of the church issue that the person is a Catholic and her mother wanted someone from Anglican, which happens to be that I'm from Anglican. And I was like, so basically, my assumptions were right. But those things are bygone because, like I said here, I from the first day I met her, I loved her sincerely with my heart. And despite whatever I was seeing, despite whatever I was hearing, I put in my best to see that I end up having her as my life partner and we grow old together. Maybe my whatever failed me. That is why we are here today.
So that is the only first instance. So what is the one that transpired in marriage? Because if you are saying something
Um,
without,
Back then, even in our courtship, she's always having male friends around. Even when I brought her to Abuja when she was doing her IT, so many. I will ask her, "Who is this person? A friend, a friend." I said, "Why?" Under mine, and this thing kept going. But like I said, I didn't act on those things because love was there on my face.
okay, what about in the marriage? Which one have you
Okay,
actually?
in the
Yeah.
marriage, like I said, a lot happened, and you can know when a woman denies her husband conjugal rights for 6 years and
6 years.
6 years under my roof, feeding, taking care of everything, doing what I'm supposed to do as a man. Even when she quoted here that for that 5 years she has been going about borrowing money to feed me and the children, whereas she has record of me buying everything in the house, giving her 30,000 naira I think, every 3 months to buy condiments, buying everything in the house, giving her 100,000 naira every month to buy other things like meat and other things, give her 20,000 naira for her pockets, recharge her phones, give her parents, the both parents, stipends on monthly basis, recharge the Go TV that I fixed for them for their comfort. And she's quoting that for the 5 years she has been taking care of me, that I don't have anything doing. Then,
Who did she tell that?
huh?
Who did
A
she
lot,
tell?
a lot for friends, whatever, her male friends, the man she's dating right from my house, her friends, female friends, nobody, everybody. To her lawyer, to her friends, whatever, to her group that she joined, and I don't have any that she has been feeding me this year on the court process. Then, like I said, a lot happened. But in 2021, to be precise, I started seeing sex toys in her closet, not
You
one.
snapped them.
Um, I snapped some. I took possession of some, and afterwards, I started seeing waywardness in the sense that I will go for a program and I'll come back home 6:30 to 7, and it's only the two children in the entire house, locked up by their mother. And she went go out for a party, an hockey party, with a group she joined in February through One Precious, a group called Platinum Elites, where they practice.
What are they into?
They practice so many things. She will go there, leaving the children every Sunday, and she will come back home 12:30, sometimes drunk, sometimes sweating all over. On one occasion in I think in when was that? In 2021, she came home drunk, vomiting all over the house. And after some time, I called her to come and see me. She walked past, and after some time, I walked into the room and I saw her inside the bathtub throwing up. The children came with the house girl, and I asked them to leave. I had pity on her. I had to take care of her, shower her, clean her up, and in cleaning her up, to my greatest surprise, I saw semen coming out from her private parts. I cleaned her up.
Let her wait. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I cleaned her up and I took her to the room. And I had to sleep or lie down in that room awake from that night till morning with the children there too. And when she woke up, she saw me lying down there, was awake, just to see that everything is okay. And when she was awake, I had to go prepare to go out. And on my way out, I decided to go make her a hot tea. And when
After seeing
that was when I cleaned her up.
private parts,
That was when I cleaned her up.
you see one. When
And I asked her question, she didn't reply. I asked her who dropped her off. She told me somebody later in the morning. She turned it to something else that somebody dropped her. She entered bike to come home. But in the night, she said somebody, when they noticed that she was drunk at Ibiza, somebody brought her home. And in the morning, when after giving her the hot tea, I made sure she was stable, and I left. Then much later, she sent me a text that thank you for helping out and all these things, and I now tried to tell her those things that she said in the night that and because why she's doing all those things and all these things, and I now like how she said never mind and bottom line thank you for helping out. I said okay, to God be the glory. Then I noticed one on sometime end of 2021. I saw one particular Jeep coming into the close. Then I was walking off from where my friends were, and the Jeep drove out. Then sometime in 2022, that same Jeep was parked inside my clothes. Later, I found out she was the one that brought the Jeep into the place and she was going out. I went and I asked, and before then, I found out who owns the car. And I now asked her, has it gotten to this? She said, I shouldn't disturb her. And if I spoil somebody's car, I'll pay dearly for that person's car. And I should allow her to go for the wedding. She wants to go with her friends.
She's the same Jeep that brought her that is taking her out, or
She collected the Jeep from the man.
you saw the man,
Huh?
or you
I
just
got
assumed?
the plate number, and fortunately enough, I ran into that same Jeep, and I got to know who owns the Jeep.
You
Then
ran into the Jeep the same day or after some years?
after some days inside Festa, and then on
No, hold on. I want to clarify something. You ran into the Jeep.
that's I had the plate number off my head.
Yes.
Then I saw the plate number.
Yeah.
I saw the car, and I now saw the man. Oh, actually, this car belongs to this man.
Okay. What if the car belonged to the man? or belong to the man's wife, and the
Okay.
man's wife is your wife friend.
Okay, I'm coming to that. That's
Yeah.
what I say. I did not take it as anything. Then on a after that thing, on I in my house, calls between she and the man, text messages between she and the man. Yes, I invaded privacy because I got to want to know what is really going on. Then I discovered she was having an affair
With the man or
with the
with
man,
another person. You
with the
got to
man.
know the man's name or how.
Yes. Then on
How did you
sometime,
invade into her this thing? You took her phone or you hacked into her?
oh, I never hacked. Some other person hacked into mine, but I never hacked. But I picked her phone, and on one of her phone, the conversations were there. And on what's it called? Sometime in okay, along the line, I saw a car. She started using a car, and I wanted, I did not buy her a car.
Hmm?
I did not buy her a car. I did not buy her a car. All of a sudden, she started using the car, and I did my
Use the white
investigations.
one.
I did my investigations, and I got to know that the car was
You are a
actually,
good investigator,
yeah,
investigative journalist.
because yes, because if something is happening to you, you have
Open
to
the window.
quietly know what is going on so that you don't then I
Your statements are not coordinated.
madam, you actually asked me to tell you what happened in the
Yeah, you need
marriage.
to coordinate because the whole thing is not coordinating at all. You are just
Okay,
picking something.
let me just say now,
Read this up. You are not
madam,
coordinating
finally
at all.
I got to know that she was having an extramarital affair with a man that stopped her from working, started business for her, gave her a car to be using, and when the man asked her that this thing could lead to something, he said, she has asked me to go and take my bride price. So whatever she's doing in my house doesn't concern me. She's using a car given to her by the man.
What kind of car?
He said, total of 4G. She's using it in my house, it doesn't concern me. That whatever she's doing with her life doesn't concern me. On the 8th of August, 8th of August 2020, 2021, I ran into both of them.
You and the man.
Him and
She
the
and the
man,
man.
she and the man. And after a while, we we I obliged that two of us to have a meeting. As in three of us, we went somewhere, and I begged the man, please, whatever that you are doing in my marriage is not helping my marriage. Like even if my chicken is telling you that my chicken is out, feeding my chicken fat out there means you don't want my chicken to return back. You now say, now that I know who is dating my wife out there, what will I do?
You met the man,
Yes.
your wife,
Yes.
three of you,
Yes.
and you asked the man, you told the man this very statement in
Yes.
presence of your wife.
Yes.
And the man said, now that you know that he's dating your wife,
Yes.
what would you do?
Yes.
What was your response?
And I asked him, please, I told him categorically clear that whatever that is going on between me and my wife,
You asked him or you told him?
I told him that whatever that is going on between me and my wife, that I still love my wife regardless of anything. And for the sake of these children, I still want my marriage to work. And I beg you, stay off my marriage. And right there, the man said he will, hands off. But he still continued. Even on a very day that there was a party in my clothes, all of a sudden, I could not see her in the clothes again where we were having the party with the whole family and every other thing. Only for me to go outside to buy card, and I saw the man dropping her off in front of my clothes. I called the man on the phone to ask him, brother, I told you of this, and he said, what is going on? He did not pick my calls. I sent him a text message that only God will judge three of us, whatever is happening. I now asked, when she came in inside the clothes, I turned and I said, Amara, why are you doing this thing? That man is somebody's husband. I am your husband too. He said, does it concern her? Whatever she's doing with her life It's none of my business. And this man, to my greatest surprise, goes to their family, goes to their house. In fact, everything. This man picks her up, attend wedding, even the wedding that I attended. I came into the wedding and saw two of them seated together. Wedding that I attended, my village, my compound, my close people attended
In your village.
in Lagos here. Then on 2nd January 2021, which is the man's wedding, she was driving around the Nnewi with the man.
During the man's wedding.
Man's birthday, on the man's birthday, 2nd of January. And when you get calls, didn't you come to Nnewi? This one that we saw your wife in Nnewi and all this thing. Didn't you come for Christmas? I said, no, I'm still in Lagos.
Okay. Where are the kids when she was celebrating?
In her father's house.
Okay.
And sometimes the man will invite her over for a party. On 2 occasions, they have quarrel, and the man will drop her off. And they will have
this statement, this information. What you are saying, is this somebody that is give you the information, or is something that you witness with your eyes?
Madam,
yeah.
I found out through, yes, like I said.
Because you are talking like somebody that have information for informants.
Madam,
not like, that you caught her or this.
Madam,
like
yes.
Somebody is feeding you.
Madam, I did not catch her in the act with the man. But right in my house, as a man, I know what I saw. So many that I cannot remember. Especially
that kind of thing you cannot remember.
Like I said, when your wife is in your house and answering calls, even as at 12:30 midnight, and you know who exactly she is conversing with, because she will make references. Even sometimes the school will forward her details of how I'm paying the school fees. She will forward it to the man. Everything that is happening in my house. But the bottom line is this, Madam, I saw so many things, like the sex toys and everything, and leaving the house, coming back late, following morning, 12 a.m. with the kids locked up, and I could not endure anymore. And that is why I yielded to she asking that I should go and take my bride price, and the marriage that she's done and dusted. And when a woman says she's done and dusted, I should know what it means. That she will use me as an example to show the world that I should value what I have, not when I lose it. And so many other things, both my health wise, both my finance, so many things coming from a woman. And I looked at it that the best is that I choose peace over her drama. And I choose my distance over her disrespect. That was what led me to yield into she asking that the marriage be dissolved. And I proceeded on proceeding. She went to public defender, called me.
What was her complaint there?
Complain the issue that she doesn't want the marriage, that I should be asked how to take care of the children. That's the point. Which I answered them that if there is anything on this earth, those children, I will, and I'm saying it here to the whole world to hear, I will take care of the children. Whatever that is happening now, whatever the children they will not, as long as I live, even beyond me, I know what I'm working out. Those 2 children will never suffer. She went to public defender and answered them the same, and I have been keeping up to that. And just in October, to be precise, because of I was down with typhoid and malaria, I didn't go to work, I didn't do anything, and I couldn't meet up with that I'm supposed to do. Unfortunately enough, last week, Thursday or Friday, I was able to do that.
After they have served
For-
the
for-
invite from here
Before
or before then?
before then. And the school, I got in touch with the head, the proprietress. I got in touch with her, and we have been working things out, and that's it. And I told him, and I told her, and I gave her my words. Nothing, and I still saying it's here. Though this case is still before a justice, the
Yeah,
most
that's-
important part of it is that I'm giving my words here that those children will not. That's like I said to the person they complained to, even my landlord, my brother, Yobi, and everything. I told them that thing that I said I will do. I will do it, despite that these children, I have not seen these children. And I don't want to drag it. I don't want to fight over it because it's in court. I've not called anybody to complain that these children, I have not seen these children. I've not seen my children. But I've not complained because of the court case. At least what she quoted here is this: the custody of the children, which is going to be determined. She said they should be visiting me only during holidays and every other thing and all these things here. So I believe going further to complain or do anything while the case is before a court is not whatever.
There
Then
was there any argument before she go to court? Has she ever asked, 10 days after you must have gone to their village to get your diary? Was there any resolution there? How you be seeing your kids and all that? Did you people discuss
Okay.
that there?
there it was not concluded. I remember one elderly man stood up when I narrated what happened on 3 occasions, because she moved out from my house and packed into a single lady's house in my same clothes. And on 2 occasions,
Was there any physical confrontation? Did you people fight?
on 2 occasions,
No, just answer me the question.
no, there was no confrontation.
No, in the village after you took your diary. I want to know the reason why she go to court. Because what we are doing now, this is sub judice. We are not supposed to attend to any case at all that is in court.
Yeah. I know why I'm saying this.
But
Here,
I'm just asking you this question. I want to know her reason. You
Like-
said you are not the one that filed the case in court. Even if you are the one that filed the case in court, as far as the case is in court, between both of you, the one of you is the complainant, the other one is the defendant, we are not supposed to go into the case. But I just want to give listening here, because some other person will take decision after which they regret taking the step and they want a peaceful resolution, and possibly they will come here because it's a marital issue. We just want to ask some questions if it is possible. Maybe there is a room we are not asking for, not asking for the withdrawal of the case. That is the reason why I'm asking you. When you went to collect your diary from the family, were the kids staying with you or with her?
when we went to collect
Just
the
say with
bride,
me or with her. Don't repeat what I
all
said.
of us were still staying in the house.
After you must have gone to collect the diary.
Yes, even before and after.
Okay. When did she leave?
July 1st.
When she left, did she left went away with the kids?
Yeah, sure.
Did you ask for the kids from her?
Um,
Yes or no? So yes or no? Let me.
I
get
did
it
not.
straight.
I did not ask. I did not ask.
You did not ask.
Yeah.
Have you been communicating with your kids while she was with the kids? When she left,
When she left, on 2 occasions, I tried to communicate with my children, but the response I got from them, obviously, somebody was working on their mental health, as in working on their whatever. Because my son said something to me, which my daughter, in the same clothes, said something to me, and on one occasion,
just go straight to the point. You are
Ma-
not coordinated.
Madam.
I hate when the man is talking. You are not giving a straightforward answer to something. You want to talk
I've not
to the
had,
children.
I've not had,
talking
I've not
with the
had the
children.
opportunity to talk with the children.
Did you how? Did you call her?
I did not call her.
So it's a simple. We're not in court, but this like
I
interview of your court. Someone a judge cannot be asking you now, and they ask you A, you now answer B. Then you want to answer C and D. It's not. It's not. It's not clear.
I did not call her.
You did not call her.
Yeah.
So you've not been calling her as regard to the kids
I've not
since
called.
she left.
I've not called her because of one or two things that she said and every other thing, and what I was
What
working
are
on.
the things?
That she's taking away my greatest asset, and I will not have. I will not know
You are
their
not talking
whereabouts.
like a man, my brother.
Madam, I am talking, madam.
He
what-
said he's taking away your this. For that reason, you as a man now withdraw. Are you? I believe you are not under his spell.
Madam, I see my children while they were still in my clothes, and basically, I've been working so hard because my finances to meet up first with taking care of them.
Even if you cannot meet up, my dear,
I've not called
nobody
them.
can
I've not called
call,
her.
nobody
I've not
can
called her.
kill you for not meeting up when you don't have such
I've
a
not
thing.
called her to ask
The
her.
issue is communication.
I've not called her to ask her for the children.
Like 3 months now.
I've not
Or
called her
more.
to ask. Yeah, I've not called her to ask
3
her for the
months or
children.
more.
3 months. I've not called to ask her.
Please, I believe you heard what the man said because you did not give any statement. You just appear like somebody that jumped from heaven to come and give he went to court or he dropped my diary, I want this thing. Just respond to what he said. All the allegation of you sleeping with men under his roof and everything, the person he met you with, because you are laughing and smiling and such I don't like. When somebody is talking, you don't provoke person by your body language. If you finish and you respond. Then not by smiling and doing this as if the person is stupid. No, you don't do that. Such can even lead to another thing.
Sorry about that. All right, ma. I have to start by stating what the major problem we had in our marriage.
Yeah.
It started when we moved from Abuja, when we were still courting. We courted for 6 years. On that fateful Sunday evening, I was warming food and watching TV. So it happened that the rice the stew got burnt. And then on him noticing that, he slapped me. That was the first abuse.
You were warming food
Yes.
and watching TV.
Yes.
So you were carried away with the program you're watching and the food got burnt.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So he slapped me. So after that, before our wedding, 2008, he paid my price. So we were planning wedding, waiting for my graduation and all that. I finally rounded off my service year, 2011. So we fixed wedding. But before that time, 2010, it has been series of abuse. There is no year that will pass will not have countless of abuse. So I left his house and went back to my parents' house, and I told them I am done. He came begging, he even slept in my father's house. Because of him, I changed the first ever phone number I was using. The present one I'm using now is not what I was using. After everything, my parents were like, how can a man come to our house and sleep and he's begging? Why do I have this kind of strong heart and all that? And I had to listen to them because bride price has been paid. And my mom was like, all these churches people, oh, they are going to laugh at her and all that and all that. Because of my parents, I went back. And it still continued. He said, I have always been going to Office of the Public Defender. Yes, it started since 2017. If you call them or you go there, you will find the cases. Every year, I kept going back there. It was this year I went
What are
back
you
there.
going there for?
Domestic violence.
Which of the public defenders office?
Sule, after stadium, before barracks hospital. So when I went this year, because I was there last year too, when I went there this year, they were the ones that advised me. They advised me, the lady I met, they advised me that they will not handle my case again. Rather, they will advise me to move out of the house because I can't keep coming there every year for one particular case. That was when I started looking for house. So it happened that before that time, I've already made up my mind. 2020, oh, I'm done with this marriage. Because one, any slightest issue we have, he will stop dropping money. He will collect the car keys that he bought in my name. He will be there. I will be going to church with tricycle with the children. He will come to the same church. After church, he will drive home. He will see I and the children enter tricycle, whether it's raining or it's not raining. We'll get back home. There was a time the younger brother was living in the house, the same problem. That same brother, because he saw that his elder brother beats the wife, he feels, oh, it's a normal thing to also do it. He did it. Our case, if you go to area A in Festac, our case is also there.
for domestic violence.
Yes, ma'am. 2019, this particular eyes, it's quite unfortunate. I didn't come with the CT scan. I went to Louvre because of this particular eye, because of his beating.
What has always led to that? Suspicion or what?
Huh?
What has always led to
That particular 2019 issue was, he was calling me on the phone. My girl, I used to have a help that time. So the school bus came back to drop off the kids, and my girl was not there. The brother being around, instead of him to receive his brother's children, called him that, oh, the school bus is here and my girl is not here and nobody to receive the children. He called me and said, Amara, is either, I've asked you severally, either you choose these children or you choose, or between the children and my job, which do I prefer? I told him, obviously my children. No sane woman will choose her job over her children. He now said, before he closes his eyes and opens it, because it's very authoritative, that let it be that I've gotten home. Then I was walking a stone throw from the house. I just took bike immediately, 15 naira bike, went home. Getting home, my girl was not there. I waited for her. I received the children. The brother was still in the house. I received my children. So on me leaving, and while I hurriedly left the office, I left my phone. Coming back, I saw his call, but I knew, because you've been with this man, you know how he reacts to issues. I was running away from problem. It's my office place. I don't have to start exchanging words or somebody raising his voice at me through the phone. I chose not to pick his call. So when he came back that day, he entered my room and said, Amara, I greeted him. I was with the children doing homework. He said, didn't I see his missed call? I said, yes, I saw it. And why didn't I pick his call? I said, because I chose not to pick the call. I don't want problem. I am in the office. He said, oh, I don't want problem. That, do I know the reason why he was calling me? That he heard I was beating my girl and all that and all that. I said, oh, the spy we have in the house had already told you and you came back with fight. The next thing I heard on my face was a blow. Children were there. They were crying and screaming, daddy, daddy, leave mommy. Even my girl was there holding him. The brother was now saying, it's not today, we'll be, Amara, you're wicked. We'll be hearing that you're this, you're that, you're this and that. That how dare me tell the brother that, oh, the spy of it. I just held on to my eyes. I said, is it because of your brother you're slapping me? He was still fighting me. I picked my phone, because anytime we have this fight, if I want to call my parents, because they are the only next people I can call. I don't need to go and start calling neighbors. He will smash my phone on several occasions. You're beating somebody, you don't want her to make a call. I ran outside. Sometimes I ran out with whatever thing I'm wearing. Even to our church, they are aware of our case. All upon every reverend that will come to the church, spend their years, they know. Even the reverend will come to church, to the house, he will refuse to open the door. So it has been issues of domestic violence and all that, and insinuation, quote and unquote. He always assumes if you're answering a call, somebody that calls himself your husband will be peeping through the door openings. On several occasions, even the helps I've had in that house have opened the door and jammed the door on him. They will shout, Jesus, Jesus. I will be like, what happened? Now, mommy, is that deal? I saw him kneeling down, peeping at you. Why would a husband be doing that? Lack of trust. If you don't believe in yourself, then you don't believe in the partner you have at home. Right there inside that house, in that May 29th, he said something. I was expecting him to say the reason why I told him, please, for now, stay on your own. I was pregnant of my last baby, our only daughter. I will go for school run in the morning. This same man will go kneeling down to beg my house help. I am paying salary for sex. Each time I sleep, the thing will be, it will be flashing on my dream, or subconscious. There's something going on under your roof. And I also witnessed that I will go to work. Then I was working with 9 Mobile. I will go to work, I do shift job. do afternoon shift, close by 9 before you come from Ilupeju down to Festa to be like to 10 after 10. The girl will tell me, mommy, daddy bought shawarma for us, but he said I should go and throw the trash outside the compound dustbin. I would be like, why would he say something like that? And I asked him, he was like, because he did not give me, he did not drop for me, that he knows I will not feel good. Why would I feel bad that you're buying something for my son and for my girl if you don't have ulterior motive? So it was that incident. And now when I kept asking that girl, what is going on? She will just find a way of not responding. So that particular day on a Saturday, we were going to fellowship at 4th Avenue. I parked the car. I turned and I asked her, Chiamaka, my instinct is telling me that something is going on under my roof.
That is your handset.
Yes, that I need her to tell me the truth. That if she does not tell me the truth, that I will cost her. It's either she doesn't get married, or if she gets married, she will not have a child. And even if she has a child, whatever thing she's doing under my roof will happen to her. The girl started crying. I was like, why are you crying? She now said, mommy, it happened when you were pregnant. I've already had my daughter there. That anytime you go to drop Zitel in school, daddy will come to my room. He might be ironing, but immediately you leave, he will come to my room and kneel down and be begging me for sex. I told her to tell him, I don't want to, because I know obviously he will deny it. Use your mouth and tell him that you've already told me. Look at how it happened. And we came back that day. I still asked her, have you told him? She said yes. It now happened that all of a sudden the girl started giving him attitude. She doesn't greet him. A child of 16, a girl of 16 years, a school dropout at primary 3, will not be greeting a full grown man that feeds her in the house. So it happened on that fateful morning. The girl now, I don't know what happened. I was in the room where our passage is, where the ironing table is. It was ironing. So the girl, I was hearing their conversation. The next thing, started beating the girl. And I came out. I said, why are you beating this girl? That's in Igbo language. That you called for whatever thing you're facing down. He was like, how dare this girl? You will not greet me. It was greeting that was the issue that day. And the girl's response was that, why will I greet you? If I greet you, you will not respond. And I was trying to figure it out. How can a small girl not be having that boldness to tell a man of the house that I will greet you, you will not respond to me, therefore I will not be greeting you. Right there, he told the girl to leave the house. I called my mom and said, look at what is going on. Oh. My mom now said, okay, take her to your brother's house, probably because by that time buses must have left down to east. The next morning, then let my brother put her in a bus. That was when I said, if this man can stoop so low or condescend so low to go begging a help I'm taken care of for sex, then it means he does not appreciate me. I told him, please, for that, stay on your own. It was just last year when he mentioned he came begging, that because when we were saying that thing, he denied it. It was just last year he agreed that something like that happened. But that year, 2016, he denied it. Last year, he accepted that it was the handwork of devil, that he has a confession to make when he was begging. Actually, he begged last year, but my mind was already made up. Every year, he kept disgracing me in the clothes, in the church, in the village. Every now and then, any slightest issue we have, he will stop dropping money. Any slightest issue we have, he will collect the car keys. Then issue of the man he's talking about, 2020, when we traveled, since I had my child, my children do not know their father's house. My parents are still alive. He's an orphan. If we talk about, this is the only time I take my children, I have the opportunity to take my children to see my parents, he also banned my parents, any member of my family, from coming to his house. Because in 2019, when that incident happened, my brother, which I have two brothers, the elder one elder one and the immediate younger one, I called them and they went to Area E. We reported and they gave us 2 policemen that came, and it was my younger brother that entered his room to tell him that police are here to arrest him and all that. So because of that, yes, because of that, he now said he does not want to see my brother and any member of my family in his house. And he's fond of using my house, my house. I can't count how many times this man has thrown my things out of that house. The compound people will attest to this. I cannot count how many times he, even 2000 and the same 2019 or 20, he slapped me right in front of where they were doing child dedication. That was when I said, no, I can't take this anymore.
Because
We
he
travel.
caught you with a man.
No, the single girl, the girl she's saying is a single girl. He's this kind of person that will tell you who to talk with. He does not want friends. He does not want you to talk to this person. He does not want. He mentioned that I flow with men. It is me. I have 2 elder brothers. I have a younger brother. Growing up, I don't mingle with ladies. If you call my mom now, she will tell you, every member of my family will tell you, I don't mingle with ladies because I don't want hearsay, you say you did not say. And they told him this when he came to marry me. I don't flow. Even my secondary school people will always, even my own mother, anytime she comes home, she will say, she will even complain. It's the only boys. I said, Mommy, you know now, me, I don't like women, girls wahala. Right from my childhood, from primary school, secondary school, university till date, all the contacts I have are all my male classmates. I don't have time for women. The little few friends I have as ladies, he has issues with them. He mentioned the day I got drunk. It was a modern Sunday. My friend Chisom Linda Wankwo, I don't know if she will see this video on Facebook. She is the one that asked me, babe, it's your modern Sunday. She's a Roman Catholic. We are Anglicans. Let me take you out. This thing happened either March or April 2020. And I told her, I know get money. Oh. She now said, every time you're complaining, big woman like you. Okay, come out. We went to Villa Park. I like mentioning names and facts. We were there. She called one of her friends too, Lovett. She came there. From there, we moved to Ibiza. I now saw, because then I was working in outreach hospital first time. I now saw one of our patients who was there from Ojoto. So the guy now said, oh, let's go to Ibiza, that nothing is happening in Villa Park. That was how we went.
Did you tell your husband when your friend called you?
No, we don't talk. We have lived in that house, like he said. We were just living like, we like call it roommates or just flatmates. Let me put it that way. So, and each time I've always wanted to move out because it was becoming unbearable. The emotional trauma was too much. The physical assault was too much. The psychological trauma was too much. Every now and then you're running to either police station, to church, to OPD.
Sorry.
So I did not tell him. From there we went there. Quite well, I was drunk, but I got home myself. There was no man that drove me home. It was the same bike I entered. I was even the one that paid for that bike. The same bike took Chisom because I didn't drive. Chisom did not drive too. And that year he was talking about, he sees the car key. This same girl he talked about that took me out. Sometimes, because the husband does not live in Nigeria here, sometimes she'll tell me she does not really like going to church. Come and carry my car. He used to say that car is Spider. Sometimes I even take it to work. All through that lockdown time, I was using the car. She's this kind of person, she does not like driving. So she'll tell me, I want to buy food stuff. Are you going to market? I will say yes. Send money. She will send money. I will shop, take to her. She will now tell me, okay, carry the car. We will use the car. I and the children will use the car and go to church. Maybe in the evening, we will now go to house. Coming back, I will use tricycle and come back. Then, that's a faithful Sunday. We didn't we didn't drive. So when we were going, we entered the same bike. The bike dropped her at her closed estate gate, Green Estate. The same bike took me home. I paid and I walked down to our own building. Coming back, you know how alcohol happens. I don't know, but like he said, I can't really place how he got into my room. We don't talk, we don't have sexual intercourse, but how he got into my room and into my bedroom. I knew he was in my bedroom because he kept questioning me. And he was questioning me, I was giving answer. Who did you go out with? My friend Chisom. And then we met a friend. I told him all these things while I was inside that bathtub.
Unconscious.
Drunk. I told him everything. So in the morning, after everything, he helped me out. I slept and I woke up. I saw him also in that morning. It was like that. And I told him that night, all this me getting drunk, all the while he knew me. Even while we were in Abuja, we club, we do this thing, I never got drunk. That is because of him, this thing happened to me. Because you know, sometimes when you're passing through something, you can choose to, or maybe get tipsy or get drunk so that you forget a lot of things. I'm this kind of person. I bottle a lot. If anything I don't tell my mother, my family, nobody else will hear it. It's as that bad. Even people in his clothes where we were living will always tell you, oh, Norma, she can keep secrets for Africa. That is me. That is my personality. I might be going through a lot, but you will not hear it from me. It will not show
What
on
of
my
the man
face.
he met you?
Then the man he met me with was 2020 when we traveled, December time. Okay, it was actually through my sister I got to know him. He's also from the same town. So my sister was like, oh, they are friends before me, before I got to know the man. So my sister had discussed with him that, oh, my sister is going through a lot. I want you to help her. And then when we got to the man now said he has helped a lot of people and then they turned back against him. So when we traveled for December, he said that he will need somebody that will shorty me, that whatever help he wants to render to me, somebody has to be a witness. And it happened that it's my sister's husband that was in the picture as a third party. The money he mentioned was not dashed to me. It was a loan that I'll be paying, because somebody that likes prognosing or sniffing around will not get details, the right details. But any slightest hint he gets, he concludes it has always been an issue. Any man he sees you with, automatically you're dating the person. So the man did not stop me from working. Something led to my resigning from my workplace. I applied always, I like traveling December. So it happened that December, the HR, Sheyi, I applied for leave for 3 weeks. She said she's only giving me 1 week. And I said, no way. 1 week is not enough for me to take my children down to East and come back. Because I know what will take me to pay for transportation for 2 children, including my help and myself, 4 people. So I cannot risk taking just 1 week. That was how I resigned. The mail is there. After, when I tendered my resignation, they called me to retrace the resignation, that they cannot afford to lose me. I was their customer service manager in outreach for the whole.
So what happened
Lagos
to the
branch.
man he met you with?
So when we traveled, I'm just trying to clarify the statement that the man made me to resign, which is a lie. I resigned on my own to start a business. While I was working, it was an issue. He doesn't want me to work. He always use this statement: if I have my way, you'll be a housewife. It was a tug of war. If you bring a house help today, 1 month you pay her salary, the next time she's leaving, I don't know what always happens. He will come back home and complain, the house is dusty, this girl is smelling. If I come back home tomorrow, or if I come back in the evening, I don't want to see this girl. There's a way you will be giving somebody living with you an attitude. The person will not be comfortable living with you. And they will find an excuse just to give you so that they will leave. It has always been an issue. So I now chose to resign and look for business. I had few amounts in my account that 2020. I resigned in December 2020. Then this man, with the help of my brother-in-law, my only sister's husband, he gave me 3 million, which I used to start up a business. As I'm talking now, I don't have a shop, but what I do is I import the goods from China, I supply, I collect my money back, do turnover. I am not dating the man, which he stated that day, that somebody met me and complained. I felt for her. And he asked him this question: does it mean somebody cannot help somebody in this life? And people will not attach you're having something with him. If I am dating this man, I believe the wife is there. I am dating a man that I shop for the family. I shop for the wife. I shop for the children. I know their house. I go to their house. Ma, please, is it possible? Then, sorry.
I've not been in such a situation before, so I can't explain.
Sorry. So that aside, I have tried to clear that. The day he said he met me with the man's car, he actually came into Festac. He does not live in Festac. So he came to Festac. There's a property he bought. So he came to Festac and then dropped a car. There's a car wash around where we were living. He dropped the car there for washing and then asked me to help him pick it. That probably by the time he must have been rounding up from wherever he is, he will be late. Or those people, you know how all these car wash people, they might take his car key and go out and all that. And I was the one that referred him to that place. That was how when they called me, I went to pick the car. And I respected him by not taking it down to the building. I parked it by the entrance of the closed gate. So
You
when
respected your husband
Yes.
or the man.
Inside the
him,
clothes.
yes, inside the clothes. So when we were ready for the wedding, because we were to go for a wedding,
You and the man.
yes, I know the family that is wedding. So and it happened that he knows because they are from the same village. He mentioned that my classmate Obinna Aguzu, I'll be calling names, Obinna Aguzu recently told him that I had something with that man. First thing first, that guy I met him through that man he's talking about, Nonso Enechukwu. And then Nonso was dating my cousin then that made me to come to Lagos where he met me. It was on the course of going to visit Nonso with my cousin I saw him. But then my cousin had issue with Nonso, they were dating. And then the cousin of Nonso referred or recommended myself to Nonso. And Nonso was coming for marriage, not even dating, because then I don't know anything about men. I just wrote to her. This thing happened 2002 at Alhaji Yusuf at Olodi Apapa. Then when I traveled home, Nonso was coming back to me and got me a phone. I've not entered school then, but my name has come out. My name has been shortlisted in UNN. So when he came, he said, I want to give you this phone so that we can be talking. And I kept hammering. I wouldn't want to do my cousin a strong thing because I got to know you from my cousin. And he was like, I'm only dating your cousin and she's doing shakara for me. I will ask her for sex and this one and that one. She will decline. She'll be telling me you did not go to school, that you're not my kind of person and all that. And he's ready to settle down because they only have two of them.
This long talk, I don't need it. I only asked you, what did your husband, if your husband actually met you with a man?
Sure,
And
he
if
did.
if
He,
you
no,
told
he
the
did
man
not meet me. He saw me in the car, alone in the clothes.
What about the meeting he had with you and the man?
I'm still coming to that one. He asked if
That
he
is the
met me.
question I asked
Okay.
now.
Yes, when we went to, I went to pick clothes for the wife. He heard the conversation.
for the man
because-
wife.
Yes, on a Thursday morning. He knows where we buy that clothes.
I don't know
And
how
it was-
close I will be with a woman that will become close with my husband and myself. That will be driving my husband motor or my motor in the city up and down. This word of this days. Go ahead though.
So he came there and saw the man in the car. I was inside picking the clothes. And he started having conversation with the man. He called me out. So when he was talking and he was furious, the man now said, okay, can we go and sit down and have this conversation? He now said, fine. We went to one eatery like that. From there, we had the conversation. The man explained what happened, how he got to know me, and all that, and all that. And at some point, I was just tired and angry. I
As a
left there.
Facebook user, I need to block you. If you don't see yourself again, I think you just have to find another place to watch our program, either through your friends. Because I'm going to block you after this program. Go ahead.
So we had that conversation and he was like, please, I'm begging you. The man kept saying, I'm not having anything to do with your wife. She explained herself that you are having issues and then you're not giving her money and that she wants to start up business but she does not have enough money, that she needs help. And he offered to give me a loan, a soft loan that I'll be paying without interest, which I have been paying. I have the proof, I have the evidence.
You have
The proof of payment.
that you are paying.
Yes, yes.
How have you been paying it? Was there any written agreement?
There was no written agreement, but he traveled and had that conversation with my brother-in-law.
I don't understand.
He traveled down to the village
Yes.
and then met with my sister's husband, which they agreed because he said he needs somebody that will guarantee that we are going to pay back.
How have you been paying the loan?
Um, I've given out of the 3 million, I've given 1 million, 1.6 million
How have you been giving your
transfer,
transfer? The
Yes.
highest transfer you made to him is how much?
1 million at a stretch,
And the second one,
600,000.
600,000.
Yes.
Via your account
Yes,
to his account.
yes.
When was that?
I paid one should be in July, the 1 million. Then the 600,000 should be early this year, late last year. But I paid 600 first.
Okay. Just like I said, do you have any question? You can go ahead before we round up on this.
Yeah, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Please, Peter,
In the course of your statement,
speak up.
yes, in the course of your statement, you said you got information here and there. From what she asked you, not that you caught her red-handed. Maybe some people may have been feeding you with information from which you draw your conclusions. Don't you think a line with you doing that is dangerous to your marriage? And it is not good enough for you to do that.
Like I said, um, as a man, getting
Okay.
married, getting married let me say from 2011 till the day I concluded. I've seen a lot. Yes, I've seen a lot. And just like I said here, that the marriage has been dissolved. Why I try to explain things to mommy is that mommy is like I saw her as a mother, and the issue of the marriage, whatever, we have gone past that. Why I raised up all these things is just to like hint on so many places we've gone to, and why, as the case is still before a judge in Keja High Court. That was why I had to be. But in terms of the marriage, like she said, she has a new life and I shouldn't affect it. And I tried as much as possible to put that life together so that we move on. But it didn't go well, and we have a new life. So the marriage.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's not use that to drag time. Because we need to
Thing-
attend to other things.
The thing is that the
One,
cases before.
We are not even in this case. So the case that is in court, what did you complain there?
Okay, when we moved out, he seized everything. The laptop he bought for me, we didn't leave with any property there except the things I bought in my life. And I was like, he has gone traditionally to collect the bride price, but we are still legally married. That was why I went to court. And you depriving me of everything, I can't just live like that. We are legally married, so that was why I went to, and basically for the children's welfare, because I know he will fall short of that, and it has been happening. Having
Why
a
did you
follow-
know? Is it because of his financial state?
that
Or how did you know that he
it
fell
has
short of
always
that?
been his normal way when we have issues to stop dropping money. From 100,000, as he mentioned, he dropped to 80, 70, 50 to 40.
He was actually giving 100,000 every month.
last year, started from last year.
Was it? Has he been giving 100,000 every month?
Some months, not every month. He did it like 3 months.
Yeah.
It dropped to 80,000, it dropped to 70,000, it dropped to 50 without any explanation. It dropped to
What did they
lastly
write?
40,000.
Is she done with the petition that asked her to print? Is she done with that? Is she done with the request to DPP? If you complained about children welfare in court, why did you report him again here? Don't you know that it's subjudice that we're not supposed to come into the, and possibly I know you did not tell the lady when you came to complain, because if you have told her that the case is in court, there is no way she would have registered this case.
Okay,
Yeah.
while I came here, It was in court, like he said, I am the petitioner, he's the respondent. This was sent to him in August, he never responded to it.
And it doesn't mean already you filed in court. He has been served. So it's left the court judgment or decision, not us. If you feel he has not responded and you want to approach any other office other than the law court, you have to withdraw your case.
Okay.
Then we address it from this office, not from court.
Okay, ma. Let me. It was actually the advice of my lawyer. He
Your lawyer
said I
asked you
should
to
go
approach
to
our office?
welfare, not this office. I don't know.
Even at welfare, you cannot leave court while case is already in process in courts, and you still leave the court to go and appear in any office. No office will attend to that case until court decides.
All right.
Court is superior to every office as far as all these cases are concerned.
All right, ma. Let me make some few statements.
Yeah.
When this was given to him and they did not respond, I think the courts went on strike or something, and they just recently. I kept calling the lawyer. Before, what prompted me to
The court was striking. I don't
I think they had something
Vacation.
vacation or something.
Vacation, yeah.
Yes. So when what prompted me to call the lawyer was when I got a call from the school that he's not picking their calls, and then they've gone half term. They will stop my children from coming to school on Monday. That call was made on a Thursday. I immediately called the lawyer. He now said I should go to him. I'm of the local government to complain, pending when the courts will fix a date for hearing. That was why
He might even decide not to go.
exactly.
By
But they
honoring,
said
if
for the school,
of course, I still see him on his path. That he's played a gentleman in this matter. Because serving him the letter, he would have still turned down our invitation. He will still ask to tell us the case is in court. Until they are done in court, that is when any other office can invite him. You can't invite him on the same case you registered in court, and the case is still in process, no decision, nothing. Then you keep taking him from one place to another. No, court is the final result. If it's magistrate court, if the case is roll out and you are not comfortable, you go for an appeal, and that is how you keep going. And you can accept on the ground that you withdraw the case from court. That is the only way we can come in for a peaceful resolution. We are to resolve, we are to help, we are to mediate and advise. Do you understand me? But thank God this marriage is over traditionally, and I still believe both of you will be calm to end it legally in court, because this marriage, the foundation is a mistake, pure mistake on both sides. If you are dating a man, I'm sounding it to the hearing of everybody, both men and women, and the man is peeping, you just watch very well how the man look at your fellow friends, how he admire them and all that, how he look at your siblings and all that around. Some can be a great pretender, but you can easily cut them if you are intelligent. There is no amount of anything you can do that such woman will not cheat on you in marriage. You don't change a man from being a flirt or cheating or sleeping around in a relationship. It is the personal decision of the man. When you begin to know the the evil attached in you having extramarital affair, sleeping with different women, is the same you that will take decision and call yourself to sense to normal. Because if you are in marriage and anything happen to the business of the man, is crashing, is not moving well, is not, money is not coming again, customers is not coming again, what will you say? Your wife is a witch, or she has started having extramarital affair that is affecting you negatively, forgetting that the Dick and Harrys you are sleeping with have a spirit also that you are exchanging your spirit with. Every sexual intercourse have implication. Don't let anybody deceive you. You are only approved spiritually by God to have sex with your husband and your wife. Every other thing, call it enjoyment, call it anything, you are killing your spirit, your spiritual life spiritually. You always exchange, there is always an exchange of vow, of covenant, of blood with anybody you have sexual affair with. If you like, use condom, your body touches the person. I've not seen, if you are, what is it called, is it tomboy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when a lady will turn herself to a tomboy. You choose one thing in your life, you can't choose two things, mostly when you are an adult and you are having children, for children to look up to you, you must have a reasonable decision in life. I'm ashamed hearing you, my mother knows me. How dare your mother leave you to be associating with man? That is why you are talking like a man. You can never be submissive, it's not a curse. When you grow up, how you grow up, even where people have only male in the family, they still like to bend the girls because they know the girl did not have other fellow, have gender to play with, to grow up like a girl. If you want to talk, you talk like a man. If you want to take decision like a man. If you want to stand on your ground, you stand like a man. You are so bold to say your parents know you grow up with a man, you're always with men, your friends are men, women are evil, this and that. I just hope God bless you with a female child.
Yeah.
And when the child is acquainting with men and you are finding her in the midst of men, leave her or don't touch her. Because if I hear such, I'm going to take it up with you, because you find it already that is the best life.
Okay.
What are you going to benefit? You don't trust nobody. You don't trust your fellow woman. Then your mother is the woman. I believe you have sisters, you call them to confide in them. And every women, they are evil. Your girlfriends, they are evil. And you are hanging out, you claim to be hanging out with your friend that called you, you want to celebrate you. Today is your mother day or sister day, that both of you went there, you drank as a married woman to stupor. And your husband is saying he saw smell inside you. Whether I believe him, I don't believe it, there is a disgrace. As a mother, you have children and you are coming home drunk, that they have to help you. What a disgrace, what a shame. If you are living with somebody, be you man or woman, if anything happen to you, the person will be held responsible. They will question the person first. The dead cannot explain to say we are not in good terms. You owe him explanation, your movement. Hello, I'm with my friends, I'm going to some place, because you guys are roommates. You are no more in love, you are no more in marriage. And for the fact that you remain under his roof, or both of you are still living together, you owe yourself explanation. And that is a wise way of doing things. For those of you that claim you are very wise, you are so exposed that the Western world have taken over Nigerians and Africa, because you read and we talk about human rights. Otherwise, if not that you grow up with men and you feel a man don't have authority over his wife anymore, a man cannot question you as a woman, date home. When he get, you ask you, can you go home, get out of that place and get back to the house? He become authoritative. He's too controlling. He not too much. And I thought, we are made to be women. We are made to be under a man. We are made to be submissive. We are made to respect our husband. If at all we agreed by marriage. Today, marriage is partnership. It's not marriage. Most women, they are just looking for, I want to be called Mrs. John. Not because they are really willing to be a wife. There's a difference between being a wife, being a partner of a man, sex partner, or living together as a name it. But if you truly want to be a man, a wife, you must take your responsibility. You must drop some ego. You must cut off some friends. And you that are big, you grow up in the midst of a man. You should be more submissive, because no man that is responsible would want his wife to be challenging him, or want to be living a life as a single lady when you are a married woman. You want to go out at will, you want to come back at will. My dear sister, that your husband sleep with your husband is wrong, but it's not something that should have crashed your marriage. Otherwise, be ready to crash more, except you are not willing to marry again. Because so many men are promiscuous. And if you don't use your wisdom, you will be moving from one man to another man until Jesus comes. Sincerity in marriage is not by your beauty. It's not by how committed you are or how you help your wife, husband. It's not by much submissiveness. The spirit is in the man. When a man has value for himself, when he knows the importance of his own spirit, the dedication to his marriage, the blessing is open from God, the manner in which you want to bring up his kids, he will attach value to himself and become decent to himself, not to you. Because he can sleep with 100 women and nothing will pinch out of his organ. The one you know is the one you accuse. What of the ones you don't know? Does he have meter? Can you weigh it? Does it shrink? Does it reduce in length? So a man must decide first. When a man is irresponsible, not only how herself, he can sleep with anything. If dog is too attractive in the house, you'll be thinking of, can I take the dog to corner and sleep with the dog? So many people have slept with dogs. So many have slept with fowl. Do you think it's everything that is ritualist? No. Once some are possessed, sexual, spiritual possessed, they do and not do without having the thinking of the implication. I can't imagine that a married man, you will see a herself that is not your wife. The girl will be attracted to you. You can't have control over your urge. You can't respect yourself and weigh what to be the outcome of this relationship. If this girl eventually taken, what would I tell the world? What will I tell my family? Some of you should be responsible. The only solution to that will put an end to it is when you see yourself as a reasonable, as a responsible man. That is only when you put your eyes off from all those dirty games. Some of you think it's fun. Some of you think it's satisfaction. Some of you think it's enjoyment. But it's far away from that. Today, she's capitalizing on you sleeping the hassle. So if you are sleeping with the hassle and you are beating her every day, because when you suspect somebody too much, even you that is suspecting the person should be questioned. Because if you have a committed mind, you are not playing around, you are not cheating on your spouse, you cannot just wake up overnight and begin to monitor the phone. Who did you talk to? Who called you? Who chat to Mr. Man? Who chat to with Mr. Woman? You must trust somebody to live with the person. You must trust somebody to be in a relationship. You don't trust your wife. Why are you in the relationship? You don't trust your husband. Why are you in the relationship? A marriage that you cannot discuss issue is not marriage. This leads to all this because you are not speaking up. It has to be fight. They fight to call your family. Did the family settle the issue? No. This marriage is between you and this man, and the matter ought to be discussed between you and your husband, not any person at all, not even your mom. This is what this girl told me. Is it true? Let him deny first. Let him admit first. You can quietly ask the girl to leave. And come to think of it, most house help these days, they are not coming to help you. I hope you know. They are not coming to help you, madam. So that after this, if you have opportunity of settling down again, manage yourself. House help can abuse your children sexually. Some of them use these text toys to abuse your girl child. Some of them begin to abuse your male children early enough. Some are bent, they are coming to take your home. Some come to destroy and leave. Some come to take your husband away. Some come to abuse your children sexually. Some people come to possess them spiritually. If you want to have a house help, there are ages of house help that you should look up to. Some of them have, some people are even married, divorced. Some are just, what they need is let them help and nurture. You pay them. When you see serious minded house help that can, not 16 years, not even 16 years is a minor, that is child labor. Anybody below 18, you are not supposed to have the person as a house help. It's not your blood relation. By law, it's not also good. And the father of your children, let's not talk about the marriage again. A girl will stand in front of you and say, I greeted you, did not answer. What? Over familiarity, because he has seen your nakedness. What the madam is eating, herself has eaten also. So where will the respect? Where will the respect come from? You were not able, both of you were not able to manage your crisis. If you can't trust her, count it, Oga. If you have 4 wives, after this, if you marry again and again and again, it's not a cause. And you don't trust, you are not patient enough, you want to slap at every mistake, you want to nag. There's nothing that irritates a man or a woman when your partner nags too much. You complain too much, it irritates. The person will prefer to stay outside than coming to the house. He will prefer talking to animal, playing with the pet, other than having discussion with you. Because you are killing the relationship by nagging too much. You are killing the relationship by not looking away. Every little thing you want to pick it. You see sand on the ground, you complain. Children did not bath on time, you complain. The clothes did not wash well, you complain. They did not iron well, you complain. The food is not done on time, you complain. The food is half done, you complain. You come back on time, you complain. No. There are certain things, because you are all adults, you allow the person to think about his or her life also. Too much complaint is wrong. You can't beat somebody and you expect the person to love you. No. When there is an opportunity, if there is any opportunity for a man that is in a domestic relationship, a woman that is in domestic relationship, if either of you have opportunity of meeting opposite sex outside and the person is doing opposite of what your spouse is doing, that marriage is over. That marriage is over. You hardly call it back. Husband is nagging and you need somebody that is not nagging. You have a husband that have never appreciated you one day, have never admired you how you look. You dress, you can't say you look good. You did not dress well, you can't say you look bad. You did not do your hair, you can't say your hair is smelling. You do your hair, you can't say you look fine. He can't tell you whether short or long hair fits you. And you step out, somebody will admire you. What a shape, wonderful shape you have. See how pretty you are. What kind of cream do you use? Your skin is nice. Your hairstyle is fine. Is a man of your type that is admiring your wife outside. Whereas you that keep the person in the house, you have not shown one concern. It's like you pick one, what is it called? and dump in your house. Appreciation matters. Your wife will be cooking in the kitchen. You will pass by, come to kitchen, drink water, you carry knife, do something, get back, you drop. You even, whether she dress sexy, she not dress sexy, you can't spark her on her buttock. You can't peck her from the ear. You can't even say the aroma of this food you are cooking is already smelling delicious and all that. If they cook food, you complain salt too much, pepper is not enough. If she don't know how to cook, men teach their children, their wife how to cook. A husband is providing for you. You are counting, he reduced from 100,000 to 80,000. He reduced from 80,000 to 1,000. Go, if it is easy to raise the money, go and raise it. You must have heart of appreciation. Even God value appreciation from us as a human being. Said if we human being cannot praise him, he will cause the stone and the tree to praise him. Is it not appreciation? Can he praise himself? No. I wake up in the morning, I say, I'm beautiful. Look how tall I am. Look how fair I am. Oh God, you have the wisdom, without telling God, thank you. You know your source of this. The only thing God cannot give to himself is to appreciate himself and praise himself. When you see that the man is providing for you, you don't have the mind, the character of appreciating. You just keep demanding, becoming Oliver Twist. Then the responsibility should be shifted to you. Test it and see how strong or how easy it is. Both of you, there is none of you that is an excuse of being guilty of the destruction of this marriage. You have his error, you have your error. But I'm pitying the innocent children you people brought. Anything that have to do with infidelity, my sister, is wrong. My brother is zero. Relating with an opposite sex, just imagine that your husband is the one that told you, I am used to female, I am not used to men. How will you cope in the marriage? You can't cope. Because there is no excuse he will give to you that the reason why he stays with this girl outside or whatever is because all his friends are female. He don't like keeping relationship with fellow man. There are things we don't take for granted, my dear sister and my brother. There are attitudes we must drop whether we like it or not, when we have chosen to settle down in life. There are egos we will drop, not because we cannot challenge, but that is the only thing that makes you different from other women. That is only what makes you be the woman of wisdom, the woman of virtue. You are a mother, and mothers are trained to tolerate. Women are made to be a peacemaker. But if you are at home and you want to measure up with your husband, no, I can't take this from you. For what? I don't take this from you. Don't question my life. Don't touch my phone. Then you are not in relationship. Marriage should be trusted until it's proven otherwise. Now, what is becoming the fate of the kids? Children being with you or being with him. You are already drinking and getting drunk even while you are with their father. So what will become the fate of the kids if you are in their custody, now that the father is not there? Okay, him that is sleeping with herself and the kids are kept under his care. I hope he will not for one day trying to molest his own daughter by touching the girl, if he will attempt to bath the girl or not. There are things we need to sit down. We weigh our action before we take steps. The relationship has never been managed well when you were courtship. I cannot imagine I caught a man for 6 years and both of you are still talking this kind of thing on social media after 6 years courtship before you went into marriage. 2008 till now, is it not over 12 years if I'm not mistaken? So plus your courtship, is it not 18 years? While your mate are celebrating 18 years in marriage, and you are to celebrate your 12 years, and you are going your separate way because nobody is ready to calm down. He is an orphan. You still have parents. And your parents ought to have let you understand what marriage is all about. Going to take that instead of calling him and caution him. And you, they have taken you, you have appeared before several police stations and welfare. You never call your brain back to yourself. I want to appeal to both of you. You are adults. I know this cannot work because you are not willing to adopt. You are not willing to shift ground. You are not willing on your own to change because you went too far based on your statements. And no man can take that. Just imagine your husband is driving a woman car to the house. No matter his excuse, how would you feel, madam? You now decided to park the car in the estate gate and come to the house. You now met him again with the woman. You say, no, it's the husband that is my friend. I'm just driving the woman car. How would you feel, my dear sister? For whatever reason, you still have to withdraw yourself to yourself. In so many areas, you need to work on yourself. Nobody will ask you as young as you are, don't remarry. You will still remarry. But if you choose not to remarry, good and fine. But even the friendship you are going to have with your co or your opposite sex, work on yourself so that you will not start like this and end single in the old age. It's better to be single when you are young. Ask me why. Singleness in young age is better than being single in your old age. None of your child will live with you. Is it a cause? No. They will live their life. The girl will marry and move on with her marriage. Boys will marry and move on with her husband, with his wife. They can't leave their house to come and live with you as a mother in your old age. No. The only partner, the only daughter, the only son you will have in your old age is your husband and your wife. There is an age you get to, you can't discuss with your husband, no matter any husband they bring to help you, your house work. But you can discuss and gossip and laugh and relax and go back. Press my leg. Press my leg. Press my leg. Who dey press your leg on your bed? Who will manage you at your old age? Is that man? Is that woman? And when you did not plan your old age, you will become single at your old age, which is the worst condition and situation anybody can find his or herself if you don't have good partner. So, some people were writing comments. Say they know this man very well, that he used to be very, very rich. He have money, but today is having issue. I saw comments like that here. If your husband have been responsible, have been providing, and things shift ground for whatever reason, anything can affect both of you. He sleeping around can affect him. You keeping other relationship can affect him. If you have not paid, because if you are suspecting her that she's keeping extramarital, having extramarital affair, and you stand on ground, do you also know whether the kids belong to you? Hence you say she had been cheating. Are the kids for you? I'm asking you, the man.
Oh, I did not do any DNA test, but they were born in my room.
Sorry?
The pregnancy, she carried the pregnancy in my house, and I did not do any DNA to confirm that. But they are my children,
That you're-
as far as I'm concerned, except because, like they say, it's the mother that can say, actually, but they are my children.
Madam, are they his children?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know, if you know that they are his children, you are not supposed to deny him access to the kids? Because there is no law, no court of law that you appear that they will ask him not to have access to his kids. As far as, even if he's not financially capable taking care of the kids, no court will stop him having access to his children. If you know they are his children, please don't deny him access to the children so that they will not lack fatherly upbringing. You both have role to play in the life of those kids. So whatever differences you have between yourself, put it aside, and none of you should instigate the children against each other, for the betterment of the kids, for their proper upbringing, and for them to become a better person in society. So engage them. So sir, why haven't you paid the school fees? You said you have financial issue.
Madam, the issue of the school fees is never a problem. Like I said here, I was supposed to make the payment last month, but challenges because I was sick, I didn't go to work. But the payments have started going in. And I believe the school should have told her that the payments have started coming in.
God will help you.
Sure. Well, I want to correct something here because we're on air. Please, everybody hearing me, I never had sexual intercourse with my house girl. It was when my supposed wife denied me my conjugal rights that I fell for temptation,
Okay.
which I acknowledge, but I never had. I decided to make this to go. I never had any sexual intercourse.
Let's play it. Hold on. You know, some of you, when you what is the name? Adam, God cautioned Adam not to eat fruit, right?
Yes.
And gave Eve to Adam. And first of all, he first cautioned them not to eat fruit, abi, the apple. And Adam ate the fruit. Who did Adam blame? Who did the wife blame? Nobody. I've not seen anybody that have ever uh, uh, taken responsibility of their mistakes.
I said I fell into.
If your wife denied you sex, oga, your mate sef dey fast for 6 months, why you no turn am to fasting come dey pray to God? You now see say because e deny you sex, you now start dey ask help, now become your second wife. You would have entered jail o. You would have gone to jail. Let me tell you one thing, aside that the girl is 16 years, you would have gone to jail, number one. Second one, if you have anything to do with your staff, you took advantage of the person, you can still be sent to prison for that. Now some of you don't know when girls is working with you, because you feel you are the boss of the place, you want to seduce the girl, you want to have sex with the girl, you want to lay one funny accusation against the girl because you feel the girl is not succumbing to your request. Even if the girl is an adult, no matter the age of that person, you have sex with the person, you took advantage, have any relationship with whoever that is working with you, being the person your domestic worker, office worker, you do that, you can be arrested and jailed for that. You shouldn't have been any reason. So note that. So if you have somebody that is working with you, you want to marry the person, ask the person to resign. Then both of you will start relationship as normal two people, not boss and not employer and employee. So if you are clear, we are saying this based on the statement of both of you. She said she deny you sex because you got you the girl confess you having affair with her. You said you want to have sex with the girl, or you do with the girl because your wife deny you sex. That is not an excuse as far as I'm concerned. If you cannot fast, You can't hold yourself. Ah, you go to there are so many girls in that you pay them and satisfy yourself. You should have gone out and do that comfortably. That is the yeah. Go to the hotel. It's their job. That is if you feel you are not your body is your life is not important to you. Go there, satisfy yourself.
That's why they exist.
That's why they exist. You can't beat somebody and say come and open leg for me. If you beat a woman and you want to still pet her into that, there is a way you go about it. And from all indication I've told you, none of you is free. I cannot blame you and leave the woman. I can't blame the woman and leave you, because both of you have made a lot of rotten mistakes which we cannot amend, because you've already gone far with your decision. You've taken your diary. There's nothing God cannot do. If both of you choose tomorrow, you've made your mistakes, you want to come back, you want to go back, good and fine. There's nothing we cannot say. If you people divorce in court and even go back again. So you've gotten an apartment and the kids are with you, right? Okay, you heard that it's already, we are just mediating in the matter. Just like I said, we are not supposed to come into this case. But you heard him say he has started the payment already. Okay? Then the second one, the case of divorce, is already in court. I begged you, both of you, if it is possible, if it is possible, don't make any problem out of this. Don't go to court and claim nothing. If you can only, you can talk about words, talk about material things if you are alive. If you are not alive, will you be talking about this? Thank God you are alive. Thank God you are happy, and both of you have moved on happily. So none of you should drag issue that will affect the kids. That is my concern. I want to have access to the kids. Oh, just let there be a normal understanding. When do you want to see the kids? Pick your kids so place, or I'm dropping them so place. They'll pick the kids. Return the kids so time. Simple. So that you will be happy moving on. You will be happy moving on. I'm going to mark your name now, single. So that as we are arranging people that will want to give her to marry wife, we will bring you in also. Because yes, now we have so many single ladies that we want to match. We have a single amigos platform. Some have already their date of marriage for December is already there. Some leave wife and leave husband. We quickly match the ones that are ready to be submissive and keep and come and be committed with their wife and husband. So please, madam, go look for the who go merge you to, and we look for who they merge your husband to. So as all of now they separate, they go.
Nobody, I don't need imagine.
Who they merge, you no stay single, because I don't want you to touch any underage girl.
Madam, I don't need them again.
You don't need them again.
Yeah. I saw help.
You will not marry in this life again.
I want my kids to be comfortable. That's my utmost priority. My kids, I have a male and a female. I just need God to make great amuse out of them. That is my reason of existence now. I saw her money. And what I want is for those children to become great families.
God will do it.
I have so much belief.
At least what you don't need to feel.
I so
In
much
life, people come into people's life for a
I
purpose.
don't need that.
You don't need to be upset, and you don't know if both of you are not meant for each other. So please, don't be angry. Don't even talk as if you are tensed and whatever. Anything you have seen in the marriage, just let go. Let me tell you, the most asset you've got in this marriage is your children, which can never be bought with money. You can't buy them. There's nothing you have, no position you have that you ever have them apart. So I believe there is benefit in the relationship. Whatever she have done to you, thank God she even born two. So madam, we'll take two children out of your body. So all your shakara you know that this now will collect two children. You can't take them back to your stomach. Who even want marry you now know say we don't collect two children. So I'm happy for that. Please, I beg you, don't take this man to anywhere again.
No,
You understand?
going on.
That's all I want.
You say,
You should keep doing the needful.
don't take him. The reason why I'm saying this, allow the court to decide.
I'm not taking him. Have I taken him anywhere? Did
You
God
have
pay
taken
the
him
Brought
here
information?
while
me
the
here.
case is still in court.
Yeah, it's
Because
contempt of
I don't
law.
want my children to come to the house. He said something. No, I didn't finish. He said something that was what prompted the lawyer to say, okay, go to welfare. The statement is on my phone.
What
He
did he
told
say?
the kindred, the Obi, that he's waiting for court to decide. For now, it is pending. He's not bringing money for food. He's not doing anything.
Yes, he still have right to say
Madam,
that.
I want to say something. I asked something. She said
If he
something.
does the paternity
She
of the
said
kids.
something that what I discussed with Obi, it's on
Sorry,
her phone.
what? Yes.
Madam,
And also your brother.
Madam,
I got a
madam,
feedback because I
madam,
went to
You
madam.
did not say anything of such, right?
madam.
No,
There is
just
something.
yes or
There is
no,
something
because
that
what
is
I
going
said-
on. There is something that is going on my phone lines, and which I will establish. But let Justice Balogu let us get there. I like this statement that is on air, recorded on her phone. My
Okay.
conversation.
Can I advise you?
Yeah.
Behave like the man you are.
The
Yeah,
conversation I meant is the chat. Nobody is tapping to your phone. I don't have that time. Not before. You know, from day one, you are fond of doing that. Everybody knows. You did it to even your own brother that was living with us. You did. You did it to my own sister that lived with us.
What you are saying.
So
is
it's
this.
a normal thing for you.
What we are
It's a
saying
normal
is
thing.
this.
You lack trust.
Let us
Even
get
to your
that,
own
let us
blood
get to
brother.
that place.
No
You
problem.
understand?
Okay.
I don't have any issue. If
Let
you
us
want to
get
see
there.
your children, like she asked you, have
I'm
you
not
called
fighting-
for one day?
I'm not
You
fighting
keep
on
telling
that.
people I'm not giving you access. Have you requested to see your children?
I am
That
not
I come
fighting
to
on
the
that.
close where we live. I am coming for my own personal issues. You don't expect me to come with my children. I don't have the help. They are always with me. To come to do my business, to deliver something,
He
and
said
I'll
he
thank
had
you.
not asked.
He has
said
not.
asked
But he
for
kept
it.
telling people that I'm not giving him access. How else will I give you access to the
Madam,
children?
calm down.
Like painting me black, of making himself be like the guilty one there, or rather the accused. I go to that close. I did not disclose the fact. Like when the brother asked me, I told him yes, I have
It's
a
okay.
business. I go there, but you don't expect me to come and knock on your door. I brought your children for you.
Evelyn, don't ask this kind of question. Which can ask them whether they want to be together? Which can be together again?
This
This can't two
this
people
punish
now.
very soon. I'll establish it.
No
say-
problem. Nobody. I am not guilty of it. I don't have that time. I have a lot on my desk
It's
already.
okay. It's
Taking care of 2 children is way enough.
I'll establish
I don't have that time. You are fond of doing that. I will be sleeping. You
okay.
take my phone.
I'll establish it.
You do it countless times. Your sister will attest to it, Onyinye. If you're listening to this thing, you will remember there was a time I was sleeping at night, you picked my phone and you were going through my phone. Which husband does that?
And I say that the issue of recording will establish that.
I don't need to lie. Anything I say here is the truth.
If
You
your
saying
husband
you saw
suspected
semen
you of
is
being
nothing.
fidelity,
You
he
saying
have
I
right
date
to do
somebody
that when
is
he
a
did
lie.
that.
I've never questioned him. He goes out, he travel out, he travel down to East without telling I or the children. I never complain. I've
It's
never
okay,
questioned your
madam.
whereabouts.
It's not a matter of.
You
It's
said a lot, but I was not given the
All I
opportunity
know,
to
when
say
we
it.
get to
We
that
are
line,
we
you
are on
should
air
not
here.
make-
So
you
let me
still
also prove
You
my
still
point
take me to
here.
another place now. Your
I'm
lawyer
not
advises
taking you
to come
anywhere.
here.
I am
take
not
me to
taking
another
you.
place.
Do the needful. That's all I want from you.
Madam,
Do the
you
needful.
will hear another. You see another side of me. Will you just stop
See-
that?
see.
I'm talking to you. Is this your office or your house? How would you say they are not giving opportunity to talk? I thought you were the one that was asked question first. You gave your statement first before he makes it. But normally, as far as he was just responding to your statement, I wouldn't have asked you again because you never said anything.
I never wanted to go into the
So why would you say that you are not giving opportunity? Not giving opportunity here in your village. The hours, the minutes you've talked, you've not given. So I would have slept in this office because of your statements. You've talked more than enough. All I'm begging you guys is go and sort out your mess. Go and clean your mess in the proper way. Don't bring the kids in. That is my concern. I've already talked to both of you, and that is number one. I'm not supposed to come into this matter. because we just feel maybe one of you would want a peaceful resolution. You can always give room, but you cannot take any decision, do this or ask him go and do this while the case is in court. It's the court that will tell him go and do. If he said I'm not going to do anything until court decide, the case is in court, provided if that file what you file in court also stated the children upkeep and all that.
Yeah, sure.
If he said he's not going to go until court decide, when he appear in court, he will tell the court why he has not been responsible for the kids. And if he doubt the paternity of the child, if he tell the court I doubt the paternity of the child because the kids, because my wife was I mean I caught time so funny act and all that and all that, the court will tell him okay go and look for money, conduct a DNA test until you are done that the case the children belong to you. Then if the DNA result shows is the case, then he will say okay I'll be taking responsibility of the children. But he cannot be compared a certain amount. He can only still pay that bills, take care of the kids based on his income. If the children are going to school of 300,000 and he said they can't afford it again, court cannot say the children must go there except you as a wife also decided to contribute. Kids are made for two people. That he is their father and he take responsibility of the child doesn't mean as a mother you should not play your role. If you are working, you are not a housewife. Yeah. So if both of you go to court, and just like I said, we are just trying to mediate, whereas because you did not inform us, otherwise we wouldn't have even taken the case in the first place. But now that it stands this way, if he did not pay the children up, he said until court decide. Until court decides, if there is any outstanding, court decide, he will go and pay the outstanding. If it's proven right that okay, the kids did not belong to him, whatever he has spent, who owns the children will refund him with benefits.
Sure.
Like that is now our prayer. No, so no lawyer should tell you go and do this, go and do that. As far as that case is in court and you mention children upkeep in that filing, if it is there and court have not decided, is not doing it, that the judicial is that the court discretion of the court.
Same lawyer sent me that threat test, which I tendered in court.
They said you have not appeared in court.
I tendered it to I answered the questions that they asked me to answer now. Filing that she said I did not answer. I answered it, everything is there.
No. Answer, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they gave me days to answer to reply to her petition, which I did.
You responded?
Yes, I did.
It's okay.
I'm just coming from the court here.
Today?
Yes.
Before you come in here?
Yeah.
It's okay. Please.
Like I told her, that if she doesn't know that it's before, even the lawyer doesn't even know that it's the case is before Justice Balogun of Ikeja High Court.
Okay, since she filed the case, they have not been hearing it.
No hearing yet. I've been following up. I have been pushing for this. Even today, I was pushing for them to give me a date. I am eager to do that, end this thing once and for all.
But even at that, talk with calmness. You also yourself you feel like you look like an aggressive person.
I just saw.
No matter anything.
No matter what it takes. The only thing is this that
Please.
be notified of every other thing. If your lawyer is not following up, Ikeja High Court Justice Balogun.
He has responded.
I've responded. Somebody saying that I've not responded. If I don't respond, I have penalty, and which I responded. This is my 5th time of going to Ikeja High Court since that filing. So it's not as if I am.
Please, if you go to court, no matter your anger, when you are angry, you will not be coordinated. You will just be talking out of point. When you are supposed to make points, you will not be able to make points because you are not organized. You get me? So no matter the grievance, no matter what you have passed through, no matter what you think you have seen, you will calm down yourself. Take pen and paper, jot your points, so that if you go to court, if they ask you, pick one point, because all these things both of you talk, the hours you spend here, no court will give you all this to talk.
My own is that I thank God that the new life is
okay. Amara, they say I should send you out of my office. So send that short Amara out of your office. So please, I need to shut you out of my office as a short Amara. If somebody that is sitting there, how do you even know whether the Amara is short or tall? Now, wow. All right, thank you, viewers. We'll be back in a moment. Just like we said, the case is already in court, and we don't have any reason to be coming in into the matter. But at least we have heard from both parties. she have aired her mind, the man also have had the opportunity of even air his mind and all that. But all we pray for, let peace reign, let peace take over. You cannot be in a relationship again, but you can still be at peace. There's nothing in this world. Okay, thank you and have a wonderful day. Any other thing?
No.
Any other thing? All right, I'm done. Have a nice day. Please, that person that is giving you 3 million, as you pay finish, come and pay me. See, Amara is tall. Some of you that said she's a short woman, Amara is a tall person. And she's even taller than my television on the wall. So that is it.